Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. And this video, we will be talking about, hopefully you guys can hear me, the ain't-ish safety net. So earlier today, I was on Selkis Ray's live in the comments, disrupting the peace, apparently. And Selkis Ray was actually trying to, speak a little bit of sense into the young ladies, right? And I'm essentially telling them you're probably not going to be able to go it alone, right? This hyper individuality, this I don't want to have children, I don't want to get married, I want to be super free, that comes at a cost. And the ladies weren't trying to hear it. The young women weren't trying to hear it. They were speaking as if marriage is a prison and children are a financial burden. And that's okay. We already understand Mouse Utopia project. It's nothing, or Mouse Utopia experiment. It's nothing new to us. This sentiment, but it's good that women are now actually saying it. Right? We're in the era where Black women are actually saying it, and that is because of the Black manosphere. That is because of Black men who are putting Black women's back to the wall. And the reason why that matters for any random person that's listening, that's like, okay, so what's so great about putting women's back to the wall? Well, for decades, they were making it seem like it was just men. Black men were immature. Black men didn't want to be fathers. Black men didn't want to be husbands. Black men, right? Black men weren't financially responsible. Black men didn't work hard enough. Black men wanted to be patriarchs without working hard. All of this, and what we find now with Black men and some Black women, to their credit, putting Black women's back to the wall, they're just outright coming out and saying it now. They want a matriarchy. They don't want to have children. They don't want to be married. They want Black men to build Wakanda before they can even begin to consider, cooperating with Black men. Black men are lesser beings because Black men aren't white men. So Black women, in increasing intensity and frequency, are just outright saying it now. And so that's why it's important that Black men actually put Black women's back to the walls, because before that, they weren't. And definitely weren't saying it so explicitly, right? That's why that's important. It's also important because the Black men that love Black women, that want to marry Black women, that date Black women, need to hear what some of them think, right? Black, when I was on Selkis Ray's stream, I said to Selkis Ray, these women are just finding roundabout ways of saying Black men ain't ish, because Selkis Ray was trying to figure out, like, why do y'all keep on coming back to, like, children are burdens, or a man is gonna like oppress you, or like she was trying to figure out why it always kept on coming back to, like, and you if you're a man, straight man, you already know when women they're suggesting everything around men not being crap, right? Men are the problem. Men are the worst thing to ever happen on planet Earth. Men are, just garbage, just trash. And Selkis, whether she was pretending like she didn't understand or whether she really didn't understand, was trying to figure out why is this keep continuously coming back to like y'all are scared, like, of relationship, right? With men, and there were women straight out, like, giving straight up lesbian vibes in her comments, right? Even Selkis Ray picked up on that, because women were outright saying, like, instead of being with a broke man, it's better that you be in a relationship with another woman. So women in her comments were giving up straight lesbian vibes, which if you are a same-sex loving woman in the Black community, then that's perfectly okay. But then maybe you want to see your way out of heterosexual conversations. I'm going to get more tough on this whole same-sex loving Black people sticking their same-sex loving noses and tongues, yikes, in heterosexual relationship conversation. And I'm not going to allow you to call me homophobic neither, because that's not the energy I'm hitting y'all with. That includes you, Themis. You want to be the bottom for some rich white dude? Go the other way. Y'all talking way too much in heterosexual relationships. You queer folks, you gay folks, you trans folks, you same-sex loving gay and lesbian folks. See your way out. Yes, you're still black. Yes, we're not going to take that away from you. But when it comes to heterosexual relationships and heterosexual relationship dynamics, you might want to shut the hell up, because you don't know what you're talking about, and all your theories sound nice in a vacuum. Right? So continuing. So Selkis Ray is trying to figure out why does it keep on coming back to, and you know, the reason why there's no link in the description is because Selkis Ray deleted the video. I don't know why. Maybe when I left, something, you know, crazy happened, but you know, at least for the time I was there, for maybe 30 or so minutes, nothing insane happened. So, you know, I don't know why she deleted it, but okay, whatever, her channel, her prerogative, right? So yeah, so what I'm trying to say to Selkis is, you know, these women want the safety net of men in patriarchy and of the state, which men mainly fund, but they just don't want the patriarchs. They don't want men. They don't want male leadership. They want men's finances. For some of the women, they want men's DNA, you know, to have children. That's for the women that want to have children. But they don't want men. They don't want men's leadership. They don't want that. They want everything that comes with freedom, with none of the cost of freedom. And that's what you kept on running into in that comment section. Right? That's what you kept on running. We're going to pause on the black men ain't ish, black men are immature, black men this, black, all the negatives about black men for 2 seconds. This video, we're going to be focusing on black women who want the accoutrement of white elite women's life with none of the sacrifice. They want to be Jackie O. They want to be Jackie Onassis without none of the sacrifice. They want to live an upper middle class, rich white woman's life, right? Without any of the cost. It don't work that way. And what you kept on running into, Selkis, were women saying, I'd rather die than be in 50-50 relationships. I'd rather be single. I don't want any children. I don't want to be married. I don't want anything that I see as a burden. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. There's a cost to it, though. There is a cost to your air quotes freedom, ladies. There is a cost to being atomized. There is a cost to your air quotes independence, right? There's a cost to it. Y'all want to be free, that's cool. You want to be removed from men, that's cool. But remember, men pay more into taxes than women do. Remember, 2/3 of student loan debt is women. By the way, that's not just the overall society, that's in the black community too. So spare me to talk of women contributing more than men in the black community. No, they do not. Not financially, not in work hours, nothing. Go check Pew Research. Go check blackdemographics.com. Go check whatever website you want to check for statistics and data, and see if I'm lying and if Mr. Z is pulling it out of his rear end. Right? So the question that was posed to me, and you know, this talk about roundabout. This is my roundabout way of getting to the topic at hand. So when I said to Selkis, these women are just finding roundabout ways of saying black men ain't ish. A young lady thought she was being funny and said, "Oh, I'll just straight up say it. Black men ain't ish." And what have y'all done? What did she say? It was something like that. What have y'all done? Or what proves that y'all are not ish? Or explain to me how y'all not ish. And you know, Mr. Z, I don't do the whole, well, black women ain't ish, that's the real thing. No. I hit her with the guilt trip because this is what I really believe. I said black people live in an ain't-ish system. Essentially, I'm saying that the system encourages black people to be crabs in a barrel. I never say black women ain't ish. I have how many lives up? I have about 300 and some odd videos in combination, and I have how many videos where, if you count you know, features and stuff that I've done on other people's channel from the Roger Report to Dr. Thunder to Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, Dr. Green Gorilla, BGS, Charles, Art New Style, Roguish. Not only have I not said black women ain't ish, I have not implied it or suggested it. I haven't even come nowhere close because I actually don't think that. But you got to remember, I don't think black men are the moral center of the universe. That part too. I don't find excuses for saying messed up stuff about black women. I don't say about black women and then try to excuse it by saying, well, you got to understand, I'm so heartbroken, and you got to understand what black women have done to me. They bullied me, my looks, oh my God. I've become ugly. I mean, my nose and my hair. See, I don't make excuses. So not only do I not think, not only will I not say that black women are trash or garbage or anything like that because I don't think it, because I don't say it, because I don't think it, I don't have to make excuses for why I say it. Because once again, I don't think it, so I don't say it, so I don't have to make excuses. Right? And then that allows for me not to be in people's comment sections during their live videos demanding that black women explain their existence. By the way, Selkis, you were a little confused on the comment I made. What I said was, imagine me, a black man, demanding that black women explain themselves and explain their existence. And I was responding to the young lady that was essentially demanding that me, a black man, explain how black men aren't trash, aren't ain't-ish, right? We have to be honest that a lot of black women are just angry at the world that they're not rich and elite white women. I want to be very clear. Let me be very visceral for everybody. These women want to step on other people. They want to step on other men, working class men. They want to step on other women, mainly light-skinned black women and racially ambiguous black women and non-black women and everybody that's not the darkest of dark with the coarsest of hair. They want to step on other people. They're mad at the world because they feel like everybody's been defecating on black women, specifically darker skin, you know, black women. And their response to that, to this feeling, some of which, you know, Mr. Zeal admits, some of it is true. We are black, let's not lie. And their response to that is to defecate on other people, everyone else, including some other dark-skinned black women that don't think like them. Right? These people claim moral center, they're not. You put their back to the wall, and soon enough you'll find that what they really want to be is the worst of the worst white man just painted dark chocolate black woman. And excuse me, I know I'm going through a bit of a dead area right now, so y'all gotta give me about 2 minutes or so, and I will be out of this. Hit the super chat, right? Give me 1 second. I know I'm in a dead area. Give me 1 second, everybody. Right? Let's see. Weaving through traffic. All right. Think we're about good. We're almost good. We are almost good. Okay, we should be all right right now. Right about now. Okay. Yeah, so, and let me say that again. These women want to, right? The oppressed often take on the worst characteristics of the oppressor. These are black women who use intersectionality and who use concepts of black women being black and woman to claim some moral high ground above everyone else, including black men, particularly straight black men. But in reality, these women want to be elite white men and elite white women. They want to step on other people. They want to walk over other people. They want to reign over other people, including black men, straight black men. Right? They feel so put upon, so air quotes oppressed. And I'm not saying black people aren't oppressed in this society. I'm saying these people's solution for that is just to take on the worst characteristics of the oppressor and to step on other people, including other black people. Right? Including other black people, specifically straight black men, because their biggest gripe with straight black men is that straight black men haven't put them in the position to be, once again, elite white women in this society. I often say upper middle class white women, they don't want to be upper middle class white women. They don't even want to be rich white women. They want to be Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. They want to be Melinda Gates. That's Bill Gates' ex-wife, by the way. Right? That's who they want to be. But they won't be humble with it. As you guys hear, right? Jeff Bezos' ex-wife she's just donating money all over the place. She's like the biggest philanthropist on the planet right now. Right? Just donating money, giving away money left and right. She says, I'm not gonna die with all these billions in my pocket. I'm here, take it. Right? Now there is something to be said about that. I'm going to critique that in another video. But these people don't want to be that. They want to use that money to step on other people. They want to use that money. They want Jeff Bezos' ex-wife money. But they want to use that to step on other people, namely black men, right? Because of the black boys that overlooked them when they were in high school. I made that comment in your comment section, Selkis. I didn't pull that out of my rear end. Selkis, if you're having private conversations with these women, you know what I'm saying is true. A lot of these women have childhood trauma, not really from men and boys that did something wrong to them, but men and boys that just weren't checking for them, just weren't attracted to them. And then in their mind and in their emotions, it's the same thing. A black boy insulting them and making fun of their skin tone or making fun of their broad nose or their kinky hair is the same as a black boy who just wasn't attracted to them in high school. And now they have the ovaries and the unmitigated gall to now tell black men to explain themselves. How are you not ish? You ain't ish, you know that, right? Why? Because you weren't checking for me when we were both 16. What are you talking about, you crazy lady? So Selkis, she does a lot I disagree with. Sometimes she says things I agree with, obviously. Such as life, we're human beings. But on this one stream, she's trying to get the women's mind right. She pretty much trying to tell y'all it's about to be some real economic turmoil. Y'all better get down with a man. And it shouldn't have to be an elite man. And the women in her comments, not all, but most, are like, yeah, I ain't hearing it. Screw that. And once again, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. You live in a free country, a free society. We pay taxes, right? You're a tax-paying citizen, most likely, right? You have the right to assemble. You have the right for free speech and all of that other good stuff. You have the right to have free thought, your own thoughts, your own feelings about different subjects and issues. No one's going to take that away from you, including Mr. Z. But you got to know what you're saying and advocating for comes at a cost. Your future. See, and Selkis Ray was trying to tell them, like, so y'all don't want to have kids and y'all don't want to have a man. So who's going to take care of you? Your social security not going to be enough. But Selkis, they're not thinking that far. They despise black men now. They see black men as the oppressor now. And they see black men as an oppressor that doesn't even pay the cost. In other words, at least, and this is where soilers and divestors come from, right? At least if a man is going to cheat on me, and if he's going to be physically abusive, and if he's going to be mean, and if he's not going to emote the way I emote, and if he's not going to be erratic the way I'm erratic, at least let him have money, God. At least let him be white in a white supremacist society, God. Why would I be with a black man? No money, no status, and he's physically abusive, and he's emotionally abusive, and he's an egomaniac without the money and the status of a white rich man. This is where divestors come in, right? So, Selkis, of course, those women, those young women are pushing back on you. They would rather be single. See, they think and feel like they'd rather be single with no one to come to their aid. And as the young lady said in your comment section, who said she's a nurse or something like that, there's a difference between people with family and people with no family, but those women aren't thinking that far. So, with men, you hear all of this alpha your way through with men. What does alpha your way through look like on women? Right? What does alpha your way through look like on women? Right? And so let's read this comment and let's pause right here for a second. Thank you for the super chat. And better uses. It's interesting how gay black men like demons speak in a way as if they aren't men. I'm often left scratching my head after hearing some of them talk. So that reminds me of the brother Terrain Walker, right? He did an interview with the same-sex loving brother who explained exactly what you're speaking about, Better You. And the brother straight up said, like, he had to come to the realization, like, wait a minute, and exactly like you said, why am I talking like I'm not a black man? Like, I'm same-sex loving, but I'm speaking as if I'm not a black man. And I would argue that everybody in our society knows where the bottom is, and it's straight black men. And so in the black community, it's a lot of people think it behooves them to have an asterisk next to black, right? So what do I mean by that? Black woman, black LGBTQ, black foreigner, black immigrant, right? So all of these people that are black and not black men emphasize the not black men part of their blackness, right? And so they speak and emote in certain ways. They say certain things. They use certain phrases to let you know that I'm not aligned with those Negroes over there, those straight black men over there, those hippity hoppity black men over there, with the facial hair and the chisel chin. Some of us don't even have chisel chins, but I gotta paint the picture here, right? And the deep voices with the long schlongs that are 6'2". Mr. Z's 5'9", but once again, I'm painting the picture here, right? I just want to know, dominant society, white daddy. I want you to know I'm not aligned with those people. So I'm going to emphasize my femininity and my womanhood. I'm going to emphasize my sexuality if I'm LGBTQ. I'm going to emphasize my political affiliations, right? That I'm a feminist, or that I'm black conservative and I don't align with these people, or that I'm black liberal, but I still don't align with these people. I'm going to emphasize these things because I need to let you know I'm not a threat. Right? I ain't black, I'm OJ. There's a whole lot of I ain't black, I'm OJs in the black community, right? And people like to emphasize that. I'm gonna pause right here. Give me a second, you guys. And we're back for now. But yeah, so and I really want to emphasize that, Celsius Ray was speaking. Today's stream was very interesting, but I really wanted to focus on a young lady literally attempting to get Mr. Z to explain himself and explain black men and how we're not ish, right? Or how we are ish in a way, right? Because she insisted that we're trash, right? We ain't ish. And like there's this very, it's kind of seen as kind of like avant-garde to continue to push that black men are trash. Black men are the terrorists of the black community. Black men are the white supremacists of the black community. It's like this like, you're not really, are you really a 21st century woman if you're not speaking like this or thinking like this about black men, right? These people speak as if like they're on the cutting edge of some new political or social theory by speaking trash about black men. If you ain't saying black men are trash, like, are you even alive? Right? And that's how these people think. Y'all give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Hysterical, better you know I am not on at Popeyes. Hysterical. Well, while we wait, let me get this out. So what I see here is these particular people want to practice negative liberty unfettered without any consequences. It's that simple. And somebody said, like, Schultz was right. They want to be F boys. And let me make sure I highlight that comment to give you your props, because that is exactly what it is. Where is that comment? Where is that comment? There it goes. Better you. Okay. Better you said, you mean Schultz was right. They just want to be F boys. Yes. I mean, remember, Hot Girl Summer, what was that about? It was about women imitating a certain type of frat bro culture, that going out there doing what you want to do with whatever man you want to do it with, you know. Have all men live that? No. You have to be from a certain area of the world, mainly the West, right? You have to be on vacation. You have to go out of town, preferably, right? And you have to have the looks and the personality to pull enough women to live that. But that's what these particular women want to do. And they didn't just want to do it for a summer. They didn't want to do it just for a season, right? Why? Because they wanted to practice a particular brand of negative liberty practiced by a particular group of men, mainly younger college, men, young men that are in college. They wanted to live that, right? So yes, it comes down to, I want to be able to do the dark, ugly, air quotes, bad or negative, or just the things where I don't have to consider other people. I want to be selfish too, God. And if you hear a lot of black women talk right now, when they're like, we got to look out for self, we got to self-care and self-love, what they're really saying is that they think everybody else gets to be selfish, and why can't they be selfish too? Why can't I be self-interested too? They act like they're not self-interested now. That's the fascinating part. They act. No, no, ma'am. That's all. Thank you. Right? Okay, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Boy, that customer service, boy. Hey, that customer service. Somebody said Five Guys or Burger King. Neither. Neither. Good guess though. Neither. Right. And for someone, side note, for someone said, "Damn, Mr. Z must never cook." Thank you. Yes. Somebody was like, "Mr. Z must never cook." My lady actually cooks, right? My lady actually cooks. I often get food from her mom. I get food from my mom. The problem is Mr. Z is always on the run. I'm always on the run. I'm always either going to work or coming from work, right? And because I do a lot of streaming in the car, y'all just usually catch me getting something to eat or going to get something to eat or coming back from getting something to eat. But do I eat out every day? Not every single day, but it almost, right? We are working on getting me into a place where I'm not doing that as often, right? So, this is just that season in my life because of, just the work. And I'm not gonna trade it right now. I'm just laying the foundations, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm laying the foundations for when I don't have to, do this or eat like this or live like this. But as of right now, this is that season, right? So I just accept it for what it is, and we're gonna work through it. And hopefully in a year or so, Mr. Z won't be doing this like this, at least, right? So that's just what it is, right? So back to the topic at hand. It's important that we get this out, and y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. You know, this is important. It's important that we speak this way, right? It's important that we emphasize what these people are actually saying and advocating for. And it is like negative liberty. It is a jealousy of what they think other people are living, that other people may not actually be living, including specifically black men, right? Y'all ever hear these women speaking? They're like, well, black men get to do it. Rest in peace, Kevin. You heard that often on Kevin's show. Black men get to do it. Well, black men get to do it. Well, black men don't care. Well, black men. And I'm like, who? So you take the worst of black men and say, look, black men, generally speaking, don't have to consider other people. Black men, generally speaking, get to be selfish. Black men, generally speaking, get to do this. What are you talking about? And then you use that to try to excuse you attempting to or aspiring to be like that. Same thing they often do with white women, right? Well, white men build and protect and provide for their. First of all, we already know the numbers, so y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You mean that elite 10% or the upper middle class 20%? Or the really, really elite 5%, or the rich 1%, or the wealthy 0.1%. Which group of people are you talking about? When you say white women, as I've said multiple times, most white women are living Roseanne's life, the show Roseanne, or Peg Bundy from Married with Children. So yes, this comes down to wanting to live like the F boys. Shout out to Better You. Exactly. And so Selkish Ray is in her comments, right? Reading these comments And I'm just straight up telling you, Suckers, as a person who was dating, who's a heterosexual man, when I was in the dating scene, that's all it came down to. It was always trying to be like white women, trying to be like rich, elite white women. So many upwardly mobile, mainly college educated black women wanted to have the power of elite white men while having the responsibilities and the lifestyle of elite white women, right? And their biggest gripe with black men is that black men have not put them in the position to once again have the power of elite white men in the lifestyle and practice the femininity of elite white women. That's their biggest gripe. Everything else is just talk. Everything else is just talk. And it's important that we stress that. That's why you have this woman trying to get me to explain my existence and other black men's existence and how you ain't ish. All right, explain to me how what I'm saying is wrong then. You imagine, and let's just flip it. Let's just change the dynamics just a little bit. Imagine a white person saying black people are primitive creatures and explain to me how you're not just a primitive creature. That's exactly what the lady did to me, or attempted to do, right? Explain to me how you're better than just turd. Right? How do you look at that? My question to Suckus Ray is, what are black men supposed to do with that? Suckus, you yourself was trying to speak reason into these young women, and they were responding to you, their elder, who they are subscribed to, who they come and listen to. A black woman. They're telling me in your comment section to explain how me and other black men are more than just ish. While you're trying to explain to them that they might want to get their head out of their rear end because the financial realities for Americans is harsh and it's going to get worse. They're telling you that they don't want to have kids. Once again, who's going to take care of them when they get older? They're telling you they don't want to get married. Once again, who's going to take care of them when they get older? They're speaking to you like men are just out here backhanding women. Once we come in the door, it's a swift backhand. And we cursing out women and we get off on hurting women. That's how these women are speaking. And the question for you, Selkis, is how are black men supposed to respond to that? What are black men supposed to do with that? These women are sexist. They're mean. They're catty. They're delusional. They're borderline schizophrenic. They be seeing things and reading way too much into other things and then not reading into other things enough. All of that. Right? So what are black men supposed to do? And I'm happy. And even Suckus Race had to check one of her female subscribers because she tried to do one of those, well, we're so put upon. And Suckus like, no. We're not doing that today. But you let Yanni speak. You let Chrissy speak. You let Paris speak, and they get off on their subscribers going in the comments and, oh, let me tell you about this black boogeyman. That was Paris' whole campaign last year. Behind every corner was a black man wearing the pouch and kidnap a young black girl. That's how you get the whole black femicide talk. Y'all remember? Behind every corner was some black man, some old rickety black man or some middle-aged black man Some mandingo black man just waiting to pounce on some innocent black girl, some innocent 14, 13, 12-year-old black girl. And that's how these women speak. They just don't want to be honest. They don't want to be with men, and that's okay. They might want to have sex with men. They might want men's resources. Because remember, black men and men in general are just big, dumb jocks. Just big, stupid apes. And because the world is fashioned in a way to where the big, stupid apes can make money and could earn money, we tend to earn more money than women. We're just big, dumb, stupid apes that can barely wipe our own ass. Right? And because this world is sexist, black men earn more money than black women only because this world is more it's too sexist. Right? And so if you want to be with the black, if you have no choice, not even want to be, sorry, if you have no choice, you end up with black men, you end up with men in general, but black men specifically, because you have no choice. Just for the resources and to have that scratch itch, you know, once or twice a week. But for no other reason. Black men are barely tolerated. We can barely tolerate them. Those big, dumb apes. Selkis felt that vibe. I don't want to have kids because I don't want to be responsible for anything. That's cool. But then on the other side is a society that's not responsible for you. You don't even know. I said it before. Y'all don't even know enough how to be selfish. Less children, less tax base, less social security. How are you going to survive? Because you didn't get married, remember? You didn't have a husband, so you have no other person's life insurance coming to you. You don't even know how to be selfish. Right? And these are the people who for decades kept on speaking to the dominant society and to the black community like they're morally superior to black men, particularly black straight men. These people. They're morally superior. They're smarter and wittier. They're less threatening. They're more intelligent. They're harder working. They're less volatile. That's how these people were speaking for decades. And now that we put their back to the wall, now they're just straight out saying it. Yeah, the black community is a matriarchy, and that's how I got to stay. And black men better bow down, or we won't have their children, and we'll abort their black sons. And they better build us Wakanda, or they ain't ish. They ain't ish now, and if they build Wakanda, then we got to run it. Because, you know, the black community got to stay a matriarchy. Matriarchy if you want to be kind, gynocracy if you want to be accurate. Right? And because more and more black men aren't signing up for this raw ass deal where black men lose no matter what, that's when these women start really hyping up the pitch. Well, we'll just abort your black sons then. You're already aborting black babies anyway. The black community should be doubled its size right now. The black community should still be more of this nation's population than the Latino community. And guess what? It's not. Because you were already aborting black children anyway. How are you going to threaten to do something you were already doing? Dear black women, how are you going to threaten black men to do something you were already doing? We're going to abort your black sons and turn we're going to have children with white men and then turn those mixed daughters against you. You mean what y'all already doing? Aborting black children, you're already doing that. turning mixed children against black men or the black community. You're already doing that. What are you talking about? Wait, you're threatening us with something you're already doing, Cynthia G? You're threatening us with something you're already trying to do, Chrissy? Miss polygamous woman? Excuse me, polygynous polyamorous woman? Let's close until black men build Wakanda, Yanni. What? Right. So now you understand it, Sulcus Ray. Even FD Signifier had to admit the black community is a matriarchy. And once you admit that, then everything else falls perfectly into place. You can explain everything once you admit the black community is a matriarchy and black men are not getting down with it. Now you can start calling black men all type of sexist, misogynist monsters. And it makes sense. Black men are saying, I ain't building it, and I'm not, wait a minute, I'm gonna build it and then not run it. I'm gonna maintain it and then not run it. And not only am I being told to build it and maintain it for women, I'm being told to build and maintain for sexist, misandrous, anti-black male women. Oh, hell no. And dear Sulcus Ray, that's what you were running into in your comment section. That's how those women think. That's because what they're saying is, why would I want to be in a relationship with a man that's a real man? That's why you saw the little bit of lesbianism coming out in your comment section. I'd rather be with a woman. Nobody told them that women be fighting the hell out of other women in these homes. That part. Nobody told them about the DV and in these same-sex loving relationships with black women. Nobody told them that part. Right? Now that we actually have them admitting that the black community is a matriarchy, now that we actually have them admitting that if you don't build Wakanda, then you ain't ish, shout out to Chrissy. Now that we literally got them screaming for white daddy to come and regulate passport bros, shout out to Kim Foster. Now that we got them trying to reprimand black men, adult black men, because of some type of sexism, as if the divestors and the swirlers aren't here saying the most insane thing. Now that we have them trying to reprimand black men, Yanni. Now that we got them outright saying, while they're married to a black man, calling other black men nakers, Paris. Right? Right? Now that we have them saying, let's bring back, we don't need these Negroes feminism, and Negroes wasn't the word they used, Kim Foster. Now that we have them doing video after video after video about desirability, Khadijah. Shit, y'all want to include the trans? Fine. Now that we have them making being on an interview speaking about how essentially it was good that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, Miss Candace McDuffie. Fine, you want to be a woman? Fine. I'll include you. Or try to make excuses for white men. Miss Cat Black. Right? Another one of those, well, the black men want to hide me and the white men not so much. Last time I checked, Miss Cat Black, you're not with anyone right now. Now that all of this is going on, now we can start having some real conversation. Because for decades, y'all just kept on making it seem like black men ain't ish, black men ain't ish, black men ain't ish. Black men are sexist, misogynist monsters. They don't want to build. They don't want to provide. They don't want to do anything that's beneficial for black women and children and black LGBTQ. And now we finally got y'all admitting the black community is a matriarchy. This is the way it better stay. Y'all better build Wakanda and shut up. And now we got y'all actually admitting what y'all really on, what y'all always been on. Black men, build Wakanda Black women better run it and shut up. That's what you were running into, Selkis Ray. That's what your comment section is really about, Selkis. Black men are abusive if black men don't let black women that didn't build run things. Oh, by the way, you still got to be willing to give up your life. Right? And that's where we are. So, you know, I'll end it right there. And yeah. Huh. So now y'all know. And so Selkis Ray, you know, like I said, tried to speak some wisdom into the young ladies, and they were not trying to hear it. It was all black men are the boogeyman type stuff going on in there. Not for all the women in the comment section, I'll be honest. Not all the women in the comment section were doing that, but a significant amount. Trending towards most, trying to cop please, and that's okay. Like I am not about forcing women to be with men. Believe it or not, Mr. Z is not about forcing women to be with men. I just want you to be able to deal with the consequences for your actions and your thoughts and your feelings as you get older. And don't cop please. Don't say, I was looking for love when I was 20 something and 30 something. No, 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 no. Right? No, 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 no. When you're in your 50s and 60s, no children, never been married, no love interest, maybe you do have a home by yourself. I'm sorry, the cat and the teacup dog, I forgot. Don't then turn around in 20 years. I'm in my mid-30s for the women my age. Don't turn around in 20 years talking about you were looking for love. Don't turn around in 20 years talking about, oh, it's men's fault and I was looking for this and it's men, it's men, it's men. No. Right? Because you're saying it now. You don't want to be married. You don't want to have children because men are these oppressive monsters. You're saying it now. You're saying that children are a burden now. And that's what the young lady was trying to say. She was trying to say, tell Selkis, or maybe we don't want to have kids because we don't have a support system. And you know, a lot of women go through postpartum, and Selkis cut her off dead in the comments. No, that's not what it is. No, we ain't doing that today. So shout out to Selkis Ray for at least this one time not letting women do, and Selkis does that often. I'll give her that. Because she see women are always trying to call police, and Selkis called it out herself. Women are so easy to believe other women once women turn on the waterworks. So shout out to Selkis for not letting women get away with the crap today. I don't know what happened to Selkis today, but she wasn't dealing with it today. She wasn't with the excuses today, right? Right? She wasn't with the BS today. I don't know what happened, but she wasn't riding with it. So it's important that we start saying it. These people just want the black community to be a matriarchy, right? A matriarchy built by men, maintained by men, but ruled by women. And anything short of that, then men are some sexist, misogynist, you know, homophobic, transphobic pigs. Anything short of a community built by men, maintained by men, but ruled by women, right? And then it's funny how they juxtapose it, right? Anything that's not this black matriarchy is some type of imitation wannabe white patriarchy. Look at the position they put black men. If you not move into the tune of black women, then you a wannabe white patriarch. Think about that. Black men, you only have two choices. Either you want to be a white patriarch, which you'll never be, or you'll be one of the foot soldiers in the black matriarchy, excuse me. So for FD Signify, if you didn't understand what I was trying to say when I said the black community treats black men like they're defective white men and defective black women simultaneously, now you get it. Right? Right. And thank you for the super sticker, Kaneda. Thank you very much. It really is that. And that's and by the way, to all the ladies, that's okay. You just gotta find. You're just going to have to find the men that sign up for that. FD, you got men admitting it now. Donovan from the Grapevine years ago admitted the black community was a matriarchy. And by the way, men have always admitted that. Look at your go to your local black male scholars coming off of the plantation, doing Reconstruction, definitely during Jim Crow. They're all admitting it. But for some reason, over the past 50 or so years, because it behooved black women to pretend like the black community was a defunct patriarchy, everybody was pretending like the black community was a defunct patriarchy. Now that we're back to telling the truth a little bit, just a smidge, just a teeny tiny bit, now we can get back to admitting that the black community is a matriarchy, and that explains everything. Right? So like I said, Donovan from the Grapevine, admitting that the black community is a matriarchy years ago. And so is FD Signifier just a couple weeks ago on Bernard Riley's show, admitting that the black community is a matriarchy. Now you could talk about, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, cool. All right, fine, Mr. Z. Okay, for argument's sake, yeah, there's nothing wrong with female black women leadership and women leadership. Fine, incentivize the men to get down with it though. Fine, cool. All right, argument's sake, nothing wrong with women leadership. All right, incentivize the young men especially to get down with the program, knowing that when ish hits the fan, she's your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your sister is always gonna look at you like, I should have never been the one behind the steering wheel in the first place. Oh, FD Signifier, you don't want to admit that part? When the Ferrari crashes into the pole, into the tree, into the light pole, when it flies off the side of the expressway, she's going to look at you and say, I should have never been the one behind the steering wheel in the first place. FD Signifier, tell me I'm lying, brother. So it's matriarchy until things get hard. It's matriarchy until something goes bump in the night. It's matriarchy until a dog is chasing us down the street. It's matriarchy until we get into a physical situation with somebody else, probably a bigger, stronger man. Shoot, maybe even a woman. Right? Have fun trying to get the young men to sign up for that. And I'll end it out with that to Selkis Ray. Selkis, you tried. You saw the pushback that you were getting in the comments. That's why you had the lesbianism was coming out in some of those sisters, wasn't it? Which, by the way, okay, fine. You want to be in a same-sex relationship? Cool. Have fun with your DD rate. Right? And on that note, we'll truly pause right here. Right? Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, so y'all don't sound like these other people trying to get black men to explain their existence. Right? So y'all don't sound like these people who are speaking about black men like black men are the worst people, the worst things, the worst anything that's ever happened to planet Earth ever. Right? What did Paul Mooney say? Yeah, you're not the devil, but you'll do it till he gets here. That's how they talk to black men. That's how they talk about black men, right? And on that note, we'll end it right here. Y'all pause. Y'all pause. I'm gonna pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Like I said, go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, so y'all don't sound like these people. All right, Mr. Z out. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.